2, 1. Devil May Cry.
Boys.
Second match.
We're back in it. Second match. Oh, man. So it's going to come down to a solid start. There was a lot of back and forth in missions 1 and 2 over who had the lead, and I think we're going to see that again here.
Simoteus missing another
first gold.
First gold.
That's tough. This
Super
is a rough
tough.
situation if you're in Simoteus' spot, especially knowing that he is behind now in the bracket overall.
This is his
That's the
chance
first
to tie it up.
loss that he had in the tournament period.
The L's are going to run deep for the next few matches.
Well, very true, but as well, hies is on another tear. He's carrying this momentum forward, hitting his gold releases, staying on top of these demons in the office. We're seeing a much different showing out of the Mission 1 here than we did initially.
Was that last match just hies warming up? Is that what we're seeing right
It's
now?
completely possible because he's carrying the momentum forward. It had a rough start still.
Had the sandbags on deck. Decided he needed to get comfy first. Really nice. Only a 3-second difference, though, between the runners. Still pretty good. You notice, by the way, the hies is playing without music. That's because you get frame drops on this port if you have music playing. Great port, by the way. Great port.
Ooh, and a good gold release as well. And Simoteus answers back, but he does not clear as many demons as hies. The positioning is everything. The positioning and timing. Right place, right time. That is what makes a good gold release. We've seen that a couple of times throughout this tournament, but you see how it pays off in the upper echelon of this bracket.
Hies just... I don't think we've seen a real mistake yet from hies.
I was expecting that bomb to knock him back
and
after you said that.
And then there's the release right there, the mistake.
Oh, well, you know what?
Yeah, hey, how about
and
that?
Nemo answers back with the quad kill. But this is what we're talking about, right? The last round started off this same way, back and forth. One player missing a release, the other person hitting it. And that's setting them up for different placements and getting ahead in certain areas. Like right now, this is Simoteus' match to throw. But both of them are running through this Vanguard health with extreme proficiency. Ooh, and a really good Vanguard gets Simoteus out of Mission 2 just a little bit ahead of hies.
2-second difference.
I think it's going to come down to similar to the last game.
Ooh, but hies has an A.
Split.
Oh, no. That's going to change up the movement just a little bit.
That's what, 20 seconds or so? Time difference just because you have to run instead of stingering.
Something like that, yeah.
That's huge. Again, it's probably just going to come down to the Cerberus fight where we see the major time difference.
Well, as well, we're hitting up another big skill barrier right now. How are the runners going to respond to the strip club? Who's going deep to the door? Simoteus putting himself in a tougher spot beneath the overlook.
As hies finishes off that one in the corner.
Ooh, and a good million stab there to... Oh, and he catches all three! And he uses the gold... Oh, my God. This is a private show happening on the dance floor right now. Good for Simoteus. Meanwhile, hies is struggling to corral the sloths.
It was like sub 350 out of the club. That was great.
That's wild.
And that was a bit of a gamble that Simo took as well, because if the Pride didn't swing, he wouldn't have been able to use the release on all three. It's looking like a good spot here. Ooh, Simoteus choosing to build a little bit of meter at the cost of some health. I'm a fan of the decision.
Gets the knockdown on Serb. It's on hies. Getting into the Serb fight.
And he chooses not to jump back. One head remains. Oh, and he barely misses the gold release there. That has been an absolute stunner throughout this whole tournament. And now action is on hies. Can he get the quick kill? He's in a good spot for it. Oh,
Ooh,
but he
another
doesn't
one.
get the gold release, though.
Unfortunate.
Good block sets him out of there.
It's about 20-second difference. This time it's flipped around.
Yep. That stinger difference really making itself known.
So before the onus was on hies to kind of mess up. Now it's flipped over. This time it's down to Simo really to make the mistake that lets hies back in.
Well, and if there was an area where it would happen, a lot of Simo's time loss last round came from these small differences in movement, especially in this room right here in some enemy positions, where some Enigmas got away from, just like it is right now. Losing him just a little bit of time every action. Those were mistakes that Heist didn't make.
Did help keep that lead that hies had game. You're right.
Certainly did.
Had to chase down
Right
the
now,
Enigma
ooh,
too here, unfortunate.
There he does. It's an unfortunate hit. It's always a gamble coming up for that swing, man. You never know where they're going to go. That's one thing that's really important to note about Devil May Cry 3 is that, you know, while Dante controls really well, he doesn't have the best turn radius, so you can't always guarantee that attacks are going to land on enemies exactly where you think they will. So there's a lot of adaptation that needs to go into this.
He turns on a Diamond 4, right? I'm remembering that correctly.
Oh, yeah. That's absolutely he does.
I was going to say, yeah.
Guy's an absolute... He's a spinning machine. He's practically on a record player.
It's a turret.
That'll be the cowboy boots. It's the only explanation.
I wish I could dress like that, man.
What's stopping?
Dress not like that and look like you didn't just get out of like a really bad barbecue.
Well, okay, so here's the thing, right? If I were to come through in the Dante DMC4 drip, it would look like that mod where Dante is super squished down, right? Because I think it's important to note that Dante's, like, his clothes fit him well for his frame. With me, I always got the wide Buipo look going around.
Incredible.
I
got nothing, man. Yeehaw, I guess. I don't know.
It's true. It's true. It's important things you got to think about. The fit, dude.
in my head.
Really good ending to that room there by Simoteus as well. Just stingering immediately into that gate.
We've seen some consistent gigapedes for Simo. And no flip out. Good damage down.
Simo doesn't have
Guard, nope.
He doesn't have the meter here. So now he's got to go for the switch cancel method. He still gets good damage, though. And
Really
presuming
strong
that he
damage.
gets the purple orbs, he shouldn't be out of here much later than Heist theoretically would. In fact, he gets out just fine.
Yeah, he's
You'd have never even known he didn't have the meter.
commanding lead right now.
long have we waited? Royal Guard overrated, it seems.
Oh, now it's Heist's turn to get off of the bug early. It seems like it's not that big of a difference, though, because you do have all that time to get back on top. And a similar end to the Gigapede, but the reverse stinger of the camera angle is suboptimal. That's a couple seconds. I know, that's a couple seconds that Simo didn't have before that he does now. He needs to be very careful in how he approaches this, though. Uh-oh. The enemies are active on all sides.
This is really unfortunate for Simo. This is Heist's chance to close the gap a little bit.
That's not what you want to see. Oh, almost got a split there as well. Thankfully, he is out of this and on to Jester.
Almost had a bad split up there on the gargoyle. It's gonna take him out still though. Very nice. Oh,
But thankfully, this is... Oh, that was a much less chaotic Blood Goyles going for Heist than it was for Simo. Simo right now taking a couple of balls to the face. You hate to see... Oh, they keep coming back for more. Oh, no, that's a lot of damage.
that's a lot of damage.
Simo now is on the hot seat. He's going to need more than Flex Seal for those wounds.
That's crazy because Flex Seal covers everything.
You'd
Covers
think it
everything,
would.
but not the mistakes that are happening right now.
Can fix a lot of things. It can't fix the relationship between your mom and your dad. But...
No.
No. I appreciate the attempt to roll into the ball by hies as well. And now the gap is closed just a little bit. Still, though, I'll be seeing. It was a 9:57 astronomical board. And yeah, still about a 25-second distance between these two runners.
Yeah, it's got to be very careful in this next combat room.
This could be fatal.
Especially with the second wave of Enigmas, because those tend to just act out.
Straight away, we need to hope for a green orb hitting Simo.
Oh, he's going to probably get him after this one right here. He's probably going to make his way. Oh, there they go. They just came right to him.
There we go. Sometimes he is good. Oh, and he chooses to block the door anyway. Oh, but this is important. The Enigma's running away. He needs to get on top of this. Oh, but he knocks it down. Unfortunate. This is exactly what you don't want to see out of Simoteus. The stinger getting blocked by the railing. This is what lost him a bit of time last time.
Oh, boy. hies getting a little bit closer here. See them just exiting the door just a few seconds apart.
Oh, my word. It is now 16 seconds distance between these two runners.
It's going to be on that good old elevator, as well as Agni and Rudra. We have seen this mission take lives.
Wait a minute, judging by... If I'm seeing the in-game time correctly, unless I'm on the booth.
hies is on the bottom for loadless, and then Simo's is on the top. They got him.
I don't know, boys. I don't know. It's looking pretty dead on.
Yeah, it's looking pretty close, yeah.
It's like a second or two, I think, just in Simo's favor, but I could be wrong.
But if there was ever a spot that you have to be careful of, oh, every time someone gets even clipped slightly there, it's not what you want to be seeing. Oh, this is dangerous.
Dangerous.
That little bit of extra greed could cost either one of these runners their spot. Oh, he's getting hit on the side. No, he might get pushed off. Oh,
Simo.
Oh, Simoteus is tempting fate right now as he's clawing his way back into this tournament. Now into the ANR setup.
There we go. Need to refresh hies' stream. Refresh Simo as well.
Simo has himself well positioned in the corner. hies, though, is taking a couple of stray hits. His setup is nowhere near as good. He needs to get Rudra back into the engagement, but he keeps walking away. Oh, the health getting considerably lower for hies right now. We need to hope that there is no runaway segment. This loop needs to stay steady. Rudra taking the bucker. Simo leaving after a clean-ish Agni and Rudra.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
A couple planks.
There we go.
There we go. That widened the gap in Simo's favor ever so slightly, but he will need to maintain this in his movement throughout the two chambers.
About 13 seconds difference, I think, right now.
yeah.
Boys, the landscape of this tournament is changing by the second. And this is why we chose to do 7 missions instead of 20.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's hard enough to stay consistent on missions 1 through 7. The rest of the game, even bigger slobber knocker.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially in this kind of setting as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but hies this time not really going for the air releases.
Really good RNG though on the spikes. Can just stinger right on through.
Gets a really good route. It's gonna buy him a bit of time.
Okay, so while we're in this little bit of just a movement period, what are we all thinking here?
I'm thinking, like, obviously this is Simoteus' match to lose, but it's not by much, right? That's what's scary about this. And if I got to be honest with you, I think judging by how the Virgils went, right, at the end, assuming all things stay steady and stable, I don't know that Simo's Virgil is capable of executing on the level of a feeling himself hies.
That's
And
true,
if it comes
yeah.
down to that, a couple of seconds difference is going to be found in that boss fight.
Yeah, I think that generally speaking, we've seen some decent ones out of Simo in terms of the Virgil fights, but I think that overall his Mission 7s have not been nearly as clean as some of the other runners. We saw Waifu really take it to him a couple of matches ago, gain back a bunch of time on him on Mission 7 alone. This is really, I think, Heiss's chance to just run away with it.
I think it is. Personally, if I had to put money on anybody right now, it would be Heis. Because the gap between the two is not widened considerably. Heis hasn't made too many serious mistakes.
They might about to enter the first greed room.
Gets the reverse Agni and Rudra Stinger.
I need to know what that move is called.
Yeah, totally. Completely.
In either case, ooh, some of these JCs are not looking super crisp. Oh, good blocks, though. Good blocks. Wonder how he will choose to spend that particular stick of butter. Uses it there, but still gets hit for his trouble anyway, as Heis is working his way through these greeds on his own time. Uh-oh. This is where that time is going to get made up, boys. You can call it commentator's curse. I don't give a shit. This man is putting on a clinic.
Here we go.
Excellent JCs for Heis.
The move's called Jetstream, by the way. Found it out.
Oh, thank you.
Chat had
Much appreciated.
Yeah.
Many arigatos. Needed to break out of that stun lock in particular. Appreciate you. And there's Simo. It's going to be heading into the cursed skull chamber. At this point, I think, again, this is an opportunity for crowd control to make or break the runner's place in the tournament. I appreciate the E and I cancels of the cross swords.
And here we go.
Very nice first wave from Simo there, up to the second.
Bated breath.
Just
right
as...
now, man.
Yeah, this is... kind of just... Yeah,
We're still getting a couple of stray hits. Heis, on the other hand, is handling his second wave right now.
Ooh, really good.
Beautiful
Hop to the greed.
JC
Yeah,
transition. Oh my god,
Drops
it's just
it,
so
though.
clean. He does take a
By
couple
the
of stray
lust
hits.
as well.
Simo pushing for the win here.
He's going to need it if he wants to stay in this tournament. Remember, the loser of this goes home. Well, if he loses this, he goes home, I should say. There you go. Now it's time for the Vanguard JCs.
We're doing pretty all right.
Yeah, Simo's doing good in this instance. I'm liking the rhythm I'm seeing.
I had a bit of Rogard saved up as well for this Virgil fight. It's not too much, but that just extra little bit can end up being the difference.
Yeah, and he's going to need every bit of help that he can get right now, because right behind him, wrapping up the fight that he just finished, is Heis. I don't know, boys. This one's gonna be tough.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna come to the Virgil.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just. Ooh, we see a couple of hits already.
A couple of clubs. That's an opportunity if you're Heis, but he still has to ascend the staircase, go up the ramp.
Here we go. Heis is about to start his fight.
You know
Simo
that
not
the blood
having
is
his-
pumping right now. He has full bar. He needs to spend it appropriately.
This might be the closer.
Good use.
Uh-oh. Nice shotgun
Oh.
cancels, and
Very
Simo
good,
takes it
very
with
good.
a 1906.
Just a
Close
couple
out
of
the
seconds
end.
behind.
Boom. All right, we're gonna swap over
nowhere
to Heis's
near as
audio.
clean.
Really
Ooh,
nice.
chooses to
judgment cut
use
there.
the judgment cut royal release there. You love that gap closer.
Boom.
Wrapping up 22 seconds behind his opponent is Heis. We are now 1-1, folks.